Yep. I am representing. Hard to think that we're nearly 25 years from Street Fighter 2. So, sticking with the positive stuff, because this has been a lot of negative stuff, let's talk about... Well, first let's talk about the most important thing. Kojima is free. I mean, he can't talk about what happened at Konami with his contract, but the fact of the matter is, he's got his own independent studio now, which is called, ironically, Kojima Productions. And his first game is going to be exclusive to Sony. I think they specified PS4. And I mean, from this talk, there is sort of talk of mechs being involved, but there's obviously no word on what it actually is. But it's a project that only him and his team will be working on. Sony are obviously just basically there saying, we support you, which is sort of the, I guess, the best you can do to say what Konami did to you was awful. But because of the contractual obligations, we'll never know unless somebody leaks out everything that was going on, which could happen somewhere down the line, but you'll have to see. But it's beautiful to see him now being able to do what he wants to do again, actually. Because if you think about it, when he was at Konami, it was just, we want Metal Gear. You know, they didn't want him to do Castlevania, but he did. They sort of didn't want him to do Zone of the Enders, but they sort of did and really had to. They just wanted him to do Metal Gear. And, you know, from the guy that brought us Snatcher and Police Noughts, and even that not very good Penguin game from like way back in the day, there's a lot of genius ideas in there. And I think the reason why some people would say he's been typecast is because he's been forced to, other than the Zone of the Enders stuff, he's practically been forced to do them for 15 or so years. Perhaps even 20 technically, because of the how long it took for Metal Gear Solid 1 to develop. Because it would have been like 96 or 97-ish before it came out in 98. So, close to 20 years. So I think it's only fair, you know. Good luck to him. And the other bit of news actually comes from one of my mobile games that I've been loving. Well, actually loved it last year, and still love it this year. And it gets even better for it. There's a little game called Freeze, a mobile game similar to 2048 in that you've got to scroll things across a 4x4 grid in order to make a big enough number as possible without filling the grid and leaving no possibilities left. Key thing to know though, Freeze actually came before 2048, and 2048 isn't as complicated with some of the ways it works and everything. But what happened earlier this year is because they felt that they'd had enough of the market of charging. Not only did they have I think it's like £2 or £3, and if you catch it right, it'll probably be in like a 10 pence or like a 15-cent sort of sale on Google Store or Amazon Store. In fact, Amazon, I think it's if you have the Amazon Underground app, I think it's free anyway via that method for you to play the full-fledged edition. But they did a free-to-play version. It's just that with this free-to-play version, you'd have like banner ads sort of around the picture. Some people said, "Oh, this is a risky venture. You know, you've created an app version and you've created a free-to-play version. The irony is, the revenue that they got from the free version doubled actually what they were getting from the paid version. So it turned out, because it was feeding that habit of people wanting to play this game, it was just as successful. And then this week, they've gone one stage further. They've now enabled to have frees run for completely free, with no adverts, in browsers for computers or tablets or phones. I'm going to try and put the link in. I don't think I'll put I'll try and put the link in the description to the free browser version. So if you do want to check it out, you can. And then, of course, if you do like it, you can choose to pay for it. Reward them for what they've done. Because I think it's a very fun little puzzle game that it's a good thing to sink your time into. So either way, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever you do, and I'll be back for, I guess, there ain't going to be any official awards and there ain't going to be any statues, I think. Oh, we could call it the Pac-Man Ghosties, I guess. Who will win this? Nobody, because I'm not going to actually send it to anybody. But yeah, it's going to be sort of games / worse games, because it's only fair that we acknowledge the bad as well as the good. So that'll be coming up, hopefully, should be next week. So, as I say, yeah, have a good next couple of days, whatever you do with it, whatever you believe. And I'll hope to catch you next week. Sorry. I just got an email. Batman's releasing its DLC after months of waiting. Are they really trying to get a last minute conclusion for the awards? Oh dear.